Chipman himself acknowledged during his confirmation hearing with the Senate Judiciary Committee that EEOC complaints had been filed. Now, he didn't get into the specifics of what those complaints alleged, but he acknowledged their existence. So that's a legitimate line of inquiry, and not just for reporters, obviously, but for those senators who are going to be voting to confirm or reject David Chipman as the permanent director of the ATF. This is something that I think is a real issue, and it's an issue, frankly, that Chipman could have addressed from the get-go had he been more transparent, had been willing to talk about what those complaints were. But instead, he simply acknowledged that those complaints existed. He said that they did not result in any disciplinary action. But again, we don't know why that's the case. Were these complaints determined to be completely unfounded? Or was this an example of the ATF going light on agents? Because remember, Stephen, the gun control advocates like Chris Brown, the head of the Brady campaign, they claim that the agency is in desperate need of reform, right? That it's a broken agency, that the gun lobby's had its way with the agency for decades. So you could make the argument that, well, maybe Chipman got off light because of a culture of either a corruption or a culture of looking the other way within the ATF. We don't know because David Chipman hasn't said anything about these complaints. And it's ultimately up to David Chipman to satisfy those questions that senators have. The fact that the gun control lobby is, going after reporters for reporting on a legitimate story, it kind of makes you wonder if there's not some fire beyond the smoke. But again, I think it really is a sign that they are increasingly of the belief that Chipman's nomination is in danger.
Yeah, and my interest here, just to be upfront with everybody, is in transparency. Like, these complaints exist. There are now allegations that they were over racist remarks. Mm-hmm. He's up for the director's position of a major agency inside the federal government. It seems fair to ask for those complaints to be made public and for us, the public, to be able to determine the details of those complaints.